building it into their YTB and their metal tasks, because anything that we do is your metal task when you think about it. It's your metal task. President of the United States. We'll have the DCO, which is the Defense Coordinating Officer. They look at mission assignment.
Lieutenant Jordan with the 689 out of Orlando, filling in for
Lead Commander, we're out of Decatur, and heads up, spring FY17, if you need a command.
You got any questions, give me a call. And then I'll work with the Defense Coordinating Officer, the DCO in each of those regions, letting them know as well too, because DCO is a Title 10 guy, and we'll talk more about them. But you'll see a lot of different functions. So when we go through this course and we start talking about metal tasks, and you guys start to get back to your units and you start thinking about your metal tasks on your YTBs, keep DISCA in the back, in that back part of your brain too, and think about that too. Can some of these metal tasks apply? And pick one or two.
That's Operations Attachment out of Fort Meade, Maryland. We're here to facilitate y'all's training with some video products and some print products.
Now, I've already told the photographer, good sides only, no fat shots. They've got to tell me what they need, and we can support them and help them with that. And the biggest thing here is we're getting the CMPOs back integrated. Again, we work with USART. We have a bi-weekly call. We talk about issues and stuff that come up.
Third Detachment, Pinellas Park, Florida.
Good morning, Captain Nicholson, member of the first MCD in Miami.
Likely. Yeah.
Following after what the state has already said they have.
Yeah. So this is most likely. 9 times out of 10, we're going to need engineers, transportation. And then you got Rally Point 32 from Joe Talley. Again, we haven't seen anything from Joe Lucky. He's been in command, I guess, what now?
Lieutenant Colonel Rabel, Commander for the 429th Multifunctional Medical Battalion out of Savannah, Georgia.
Lieutenant Cam, Commander for the 810th Military Police Company out of Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, okay. Well, this is Sandy, Hurricane Sandy, when it went through New York. And it went through JAG, and we talked about it. And the final outcome is that it wouldn't be appropriate for the reserves to do that. Because you may come up on that list, like I said, I'm sitting down with North Carolina, so I'm going to sit down with all the states. I've got 8 states, whatever you want to. It's not done yet, it's work in progress. Everything moves at a snail's pace. It's the Army, we're used to it. But we'll eventually should have that up here shortly, hopefully by the start of the next FY, I would think. You can look at it and think about that as well. Do intergovernmental transfers between agencies, things like that at the federal level. Also with the Economy Act, we cannot impact. If I'm not getting responses, I'll say, hey, Chief, tell me what you think. So get the exchange of information going back and forth. I can't go into an area if I think you got it, and I know y'all can hear it up front, but you're not going to get it through the speakers. Usually didn't talk about DISCA much back whenever I was with the 81st. Colonel Smiley. There, we got to see. We had this thing before. I'm not sure why it's not working. Place before we can respond, before we can do anything, with the exception of Mrs. Office about mobilization. So when we talk NDA 2012, and I take that capability and it's okay. So at the Cat 3 storm, they need an engineer horizontal 2 signal nodes set up, which is basically signal truck and 2 guys. What we got in 440? Tell me the capability. Tell me what it is that you need. You're in South Carolina. In South Carolina.
Probably, right? To time all these groups.
Well, these groups are organic. They'll have their communications that are organic.
Okay.
And then you got to remember, the Guard's going to be there before we are, so we're really jumping in on their network. The pneumatic seismic zone, that is the one that has people like me and the United States government and about 8 states scared. Friction rubs. They're trying to use a National Guard resource. But that's basically what happens in an incident. Key aspects, this is coming straight out of the DISCO. There was a company that, like we did a source recovery where they lost a plutonium beryllium source. We'd go out and find the source, and we'd check the area for contamination. Hurricane, because we get a lot of water this time. But I'm try and focus down in the region. So we've identified the threats within the region. Local, you'll hear me say that a lot. It's all local. It's not federal, it's not state, it's local. That's where it all starts, and that's where the rubber meets the road, and that's what.
Hi, Captain Mike Miller. I'm the company commander for the single company over there, Charlotte Company, 35th ESB. So kind of think of us as AT&T on wheels.
Anybody's planning process, in some states you'll see like ESF 13 is National Guard. We call national level exercises and training requirements. And in those training requirements, like for next year, it's the new matrix. It talks about NIMS and how those support functions. You'll have lead agencies, like I just talked about. When it comes to domestic terrorism, FBI's lead agency. When it comes to waterways and dams, we'll start looking at their 5-year plan. And as they start looking at their exercises each year, we're going to take cities like Memphis, St. Louis, Louisville, Birmingham will be okay.
Lieutenant Mercado from the 432nd, the commander, transportation company, no trucks. It's not that team yet.
Morning, I'm Captain Diaz from the Flight 12 Movement Control Team in the East.
Major Washington, Battalion XO for the 7459th Medical Factory Battalion.
Regulations as well too. Went to the Navy 1984. Navy, got out of the Navy. Figured I'd join. Hard time finding the facility, but we'll adjust fire when they come in. Do y'all have any questions of me? You guys can promote, and I won't be anyway. I promise you, I'm getting out.
Yes, sir. Captain Aaron Joyce. I'm the HHD commander for the 1188 DDSB in Decatur, Georgia.
General Luss, the adjutant general there, and every state has an interest in what the reserves can bring to the fight when it comes to this. And quote Major General Lusk, he said, I want to know every reserve unit we got in North Carolina. I don't care what compo they come from. I want North Carolina's helping North Carolinians. Hey, Roger, sir, tell me what you need. And so what